Oh, my bad. Hold on. What's going on with this here? My chats. What's up, Laura? You say, is this going to be the official Grammy ceremony now? I'm sorry, I can't even keep the things up. What's up? Let me see if I can fix. I'm seeing something. What's up, Auntie Leah in the house? Um, what does that say, Ariel? How come this thing doesn't stay up? All right, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? The Grammys. We'll get right into it. The Grammys. I didn't really watch all of it. Um, I didn't really care. I just saw some of it and I said, this looks kind of whack. That's basically what I was thinking. I was just like, this thing looks kind of whack. It's not like what Public Enemy. What did Chuck D say about the Grammys? We don't give a about these Grammys. The Grammys. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's still the same sentiments for me. But what's up, y'all? This is Set in the West. I am Wolfgang Amadeus, and you're rocking here. And I need to see why my little stuff is over here tripping because I'm trying to see the chat. What's up? Hey, Barbara or Barb Martinez. Um, it's just not staying up for whatever reason. The chat. But yeah, I wanted to get you guys' take on what's popping with the Grammys or what y'all heard or if you saw it because honestly it wasn't worth watching anything. I saw, let me tell you what I saw. Saw Lauryn Hill perform and it was cool. She performed with, was it Leon? Yeah, Barb, don't even bother watching it. It ain't, it's like, to me it ain't worth it. Um, but was it Leon and Bilal and who else did she perform with? God, I didn't forgot. That's how uneventful it was. It was so uneventful. The main thing that got me with these scammies, the Grammys, was yeah, it was Bilal. Yeah, not brother Bilal, but Bilal. Real Jag in the building. Yeah, they had Trevor Noah, number one, Trevor Noah. He was saying some funny stuff. Y'all saw the short that I put. If you haven't, there's a short where he came back from the studio break, from the commercial break, and was saying, we're here with the Grammy nominated Kendrick Lamar. And shout out to Kendrick Lamar. He beat Jay-Z's record for the most Grammys. And that's something signifying right there too. I pay attention to all this stuff that's going on with the Grammys, and then certain people are getting beat, certain records are being, beat. Yeah, the Grammys is trash, Barbara J. And they certain people, like, I don't know, I wouldn't even show my face. Jay-Z definitely didn't show his face last night at all. He was not there. For those who don't know, it was at the Crypto, down the street at the Crypto. That's where the Grammys were last night. And like I said, very uneventful. We, as hip hop, we just need our own. I just say we need our own. We don't need a ceremony like the Grammys to really give our artists, people in the hip hop culture, that we don't need their validation. I just think we need our own. I'm gonna holler at the people over at the Universal Hip Hop Museum because I think Universal Hip Hop (UHH) should just have its own ceremony. Like we're gonna give it up for everybody who's done something in hip hop. So we'll start off with the graph writers. We'll start off with giving them props, and then get into the the MCing, the DJing, and then b-boying. It could be a worldwide thing. We don't need the Grammys. We honestly just need and Rocky from UHH. We really should be considering doing something like that. And shout out to Rocky. Rocky's an OG. I believe he was Ice-T's manager back then, but he's over the Universal Hip Hop Museum. And yeah, we just need our own. We just need our own. That's what I'll say. We don't need the Grammys. What's up, Young Jay? We do not need the Grammys. We could be doing our own thing as a culture. We got enough clout. I don't know why nobody is saying, all right, let me step up to the plate and let me do a Universal Hip Hop Award show. Like I said, I'm dead ass. I'm gonna hit up Rocky, and I know people. Don't be getting. I'm telling y'all, man. I be knowing people. I be having some ideas. I can run it by people, and they would entertain it. You say it's not on the skip the clips. Couldn't vibe with this one. I'm sorry. The whatever's coming up. If you guys want to say anything, say whatever you want, and I'll address it. For whatever reason, on this device, it's just temporary. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. No, the Grammys. You're not missing out on nothing. You're not missing out. If you didn't see the 68 annual Grammy Award ceremony this year, you didn't miss out on nothing. The only thing you probably missed out on was a whack ass performance by a few artists. I'm not going to talk like that, but I'm going to just say it like this. I do have the ear of certain people, and I literally, I really think it wouldn't be nothing to get our own hip hop award ceremony and just really give it up. Because hip hop ain't just the music, y'all. The hip hop is not just the music. Everyone wore black and white, yeah, for a reason. My kid, welcome. White, my kid's in the building. It was a ceremony, of course. It was a ritual. It was something, and it wasn't all that, in my opinion. It was whatever. But no, we really could have our own, and it should. We're at the stage now, and shout out to King Latifah, Queen Latifah. She came all. I guess she came all the way out the closet. What was that, Jag? You were saying that her girlfriend was one of the producers for the Grammys or something, and she made a comment about something, whatever. Yeah, Queen Latifah, you know what time it is. We could have our own. We could have our own. So why not have a hip hop award ceremony to give it up for the culture, not just the music, not just what everyone perceives as hip hop? Because when you say hip hop now, you're just talking about the music, and it's whack. The music is whack. Um, Speaking of, who won? The major winner for last night, for the most part, was Kendrick Lamar. That's what they're saying. Um, I don't even have the rundown of like who won. I believe Doechii won. Let me hold on one second. Let me not just go off the dome because I have a lot of notes just in regards to what was going on with the Grammys. This is not like a recap. I have in my headline, or I have in my thumbnail, the scammies for a reason. Um, Grammy winners, album of the year. Everybody know the red carpet event. Oh yeah, real Jag. The red carpet with Clive Davis, and then CeeLo and his son. Did you see that? If you and Jag hosted, oh yeah, we'll kill it. Yeah, CeeLo and his son. That looked crazy. CeeLo had like, you see my eyes, right? CeeLo had like red pupils. It was like contacts, crazy. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If we had it, yeah, I guarantee you everybody be watching it because I'm gonna be clowning. Like y'all think Trevor Noah was clowning, I'll be clowning. I'll be clown and Jag will clown, man. Yeah, let's set it up. That's all I gotta say. Set it up. Kendrick Lamar was the biggest winner for the night. He took home 5 awards. He got Record of the Year with SZA for Luther and Best Rap Album for GNX. So shout out and props to K Dot. But Bad Bunny was the biggest winner with Album of the Year with Bad Bunny, and he went off, started speaking in Spanish. Yo primero felicidad a la vera de los Estados Unidos de América, de la República, mi colo, mi culo. He he was sitting there crying like I cannot believe this, dude. They're setting you up. You got Super Bowl next week. They're setting you up. Bad Bunny. DTMF. That's the name of the album. I haven't heard it, but what this does is this is a lightweight promotion. This is a lightweight promotion. So now I'll listen and be like, let me listen to this album. Cause see, I'll listen to albums now, and I'm not listening to be like if it's good or not. I'm actually listening for like the quality, the sonics, the sound, the music. What's up, Classic? What up, Classic? Yeah, I'm listening for a lot more now than just like, oh, that bangs. I'm listening to quality. I'm listening to, arrangements, all that. So that's what I'll listen for. But what this does is promotes a lot of the artists. You say when the dust settles after the Super Bowl, the world will be back to normal. Barbara J. Now I think when the dust settles, we'll talk about that before I get out of here because I think it's about to get nasty. That's what I think. I just think it's about to get real nasty because let me talk about the winners first, and then I'm gonna walk into that topic as far as what's gonna happen after the Super Bowl. Song of the year: Billie Eilish, Wildflower, Lady Gaga, Abracadabra. I think I heard that. Doechii, Anxiety. She won for that. Shout out to her for that. Bruno Mars and Rose, APT or Apartment. Is that what it is? Bad Bunny. D DTMF down to is DTF down to Mother F or I'm down. I don't know. Down to Murder F. I don't know. Hunter X. Golden. That's a song. Sabrina Carpenter, Manchild, and Kendrick Lamar and SZA for Luther. So the record of the year was Kendrick Lamar. But the song of the year was given to Billie Eilish. The album of the year, of course, Bad Bunny. Okay, I'm just like I said, Debbie Tira Mas Fotos. That's what DTMF stands for. I thought it was there you go. I thought it was down to Mother. Maybe that's Justin Bieber was in it too. Swag. He had a nomination. He didn't get album of the year. Tyler the Creator. He was in it as well. I thought he would get it. They wasn't gonna give it to Kendrick because he was in it too. Lady Gaga, and the Clipse. Let God sort them out, and yeah, we should let God sort them out. The Clipse, and we're gonna talk about that. Best new artist was Olivia Dean. Best pop vocal album, Lady Gaga, Mayhem. Best solo performance is Lola Young, Messy. Best pop duo, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, Defining Gravity. That's the best. That is the best group performance. That's okay. Best dance recording, End of Summer by Tame Impala, or is it Tame Impala? I have no idea. What up, A Reed? Yeah. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Peace. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. FKA Twigs, Best Dance Electric Album. for her project. So props to her. Lady Gaga got the best pop recording with Abracadabra, and they had the Latin side of Latin pop. Natalie what? How do you say her name? I don't know. Natalie Foucade. I don't know. Best rock and metal. Uh, Back to the beginning. Young Blood. Um, yeah, I mean a lot of winners. Overall, the music industry for the most part is just losing in general. I don't think a lot of people are interested in this music. The quality ain't even what it is, and they're cheating. You say Jack says she remember when she thought her life depended on a nomination, and now you can't even tell who's nominated. I used to pay attention to the nominations and stuff too, and it's kind of like, yeah, like because the quality ain't there no more. That's why I said if we hip hop never really cared about Grammys. We never cared about the awards. I think we gave a damn about the Source Awards, but that was for us. It was by us, and it was for us. We gave a damn about certain awards, like even the American Music Awards. I remember back day that was something to care about, and of course the Soul Train Awards. Man, if you got a Soul Train Award, you man in the '80s, if you got a Soul Train Award, see that's the it went more it could because it was for us and it was by us. We like I said, I'm dead ass. We need our own ceremonies. Like we don't need, you know, shoot, even Steve Harvey with the bullshit that he had with the Hoodie Awards. You know, like that was a good thing. He just all of a sudden stopped that. I know why though. He was shining, giving making too many people millionaires, and they like, oh nope, can't do that. But we know we do need our own hip hop award ceremony, and we need to eliminate the frauds. We need to. We need to. So I find it interesting and awkward that we had the Clipse and Pharrell performing together, and both. Well, I can't say all three. No Malice is not involved in any. He's in no scandals. But No Malice is the only one out of them two, three in them performances that didn't have anything negative attached to his name in the media as of late. Pharrell is being sued by his former bandmate Chad Hugo for fraud, so that's interesting. And he won the Producer of the Year award or something like that, the Dr. Dre Producer of the Year award. I found that very awkward because, I mean, of course, he's not going to mention the lawsuit or anything like that. There's a lot that's going on with that lawsuit. That's not my thing. I don't talk about that, but I heard about it and I said, wow, this is interesting. That he was getting like 50% of the NERD Neptune stuff, and he still was jipping them. He was jipping them. This is what the court records are saying, that he was jipping his two other bandmates or members of the organization. Still, he getting half. How you that greedy? You getting half. You getting half of it, and you still you still trying to get over. I said, let God sort them out. And then we got Pusha T, or as the streets is calling him, Pusha Teen, being caught up in this FBI intake form situation. What's up, Claudette? Hi. And yeah, he's implicated in that. Now, again, I'm not saying nobody's guilty. I'm not even saying Pusha T is involved in the Epstein files, because that's not what it is. I'm going to say something to be right and exact. I'm going to be accurate. There was an FBI intake form where someone mentioned him being a handler. Not saying that he was guilty of it or none of that. I'm just saying that's just what was on there, and he was out there performing. He was up there performing, looking like I don't know, man. It's gonna be really bad for Rock Nation this year. Trust and believe it. I was just going over a recap of what Sloan Bella was saying, and Sloan Bella was like giving it up like back, but 2 years ago she was saying Jay-Z is second next to Diddy for the scandal stuff. We'll talk about that later. I don't want to get too in depth in that but Jay-Z was nowhere in sight. Jay-Z was not at the Grammys. He got beat out this year by Kendrick Lamar because Kendrick Lamar carried over from last year. Because Kendrick got a lot of love last year for the Grammys, the 67th annual Grammys, and this year it's carrying over. So he got the most Grammys for a rapper. But no, a lot of awkwardness going on. Just that Clipse situation was awkward. The the Clipse situation was very awkward in my opinion. Them being on stage and performing how they were performing, it was like snowing. Yeah, very interesting. Nicki Minaj, Trevor Noah decided to just go in on Nicki. Trevor Noah was spitting. He was doing this little thing or whatever, and Nicki Minaj goes in on Trevor Noah because Trevor Noah was making fun of her too. Trevor Noah was like, yeah, Nicki Minaj is not here. She's with Donald Trump. Like, he's trying to take his shots at her. So apparently she's the bad gal of the music industry now. She's like, if you go on the Grammy ceremony, national TV, CBS, and trash another artist, you kind of giving, like, you're opening up the floodgates. Now everybody's gonna kind of come after you. So that I see what that was about. That was basically there's again, they're all together, but this industry is now on some division with this side versus that side. So Trevor Noah, coming out and trashing Nicki Minaj says a lot. It says who you're aligned with. We already know who you're aligned with. It's all good. But Nicki Minaj went on a Twitter rant after Trevor Noah was saying what he was saying. It says here, this is hot new hip hop. Shout out to the hot new hip hop. Nicki Minaj newfound devotion to the conservatives and Donald Trump has become a low hanging fruit for lots of people. However, in the same breath, the rapper has made it easy, given how fast her switch up has been and how she carried herself online. So it wasn't much of a surprise to see Trevor Noah make an effort to roast Nicki Minaj during the Grammys broadcast last night. Yeah, they're making it known she's an outsider. Exactly. The comedian started the show by ripping into the Trinidadian artists. Noah points out that the reason for her absence is because she's still at the White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issues. Noah then proceeds to deliver his best impression of Donald Trump. He jokes at him and Nicki and debating on who's got the largest ass. He's like, actually, Nicki, I have the biggest ass. I have it. Everyone says it's Nicki. I know they say it's you, but it's me. Whap, whap, whap. Look at it. Look at it, baby. It's my best. That was my impression of him doing Donald Trump. That wasn't Donald Trump. Everyone in attendance got a good chuckle out of his roast session, showing that quite a few people are turning on her. This gives the signal so the rest of the industry can turn on her. Now, Nicki Minaj basically said Trevor refused to come out the closet when everyone in the industry knows his boyfriend, allegedly. I mean, he looked like he part of the Backdooria gang, though. I mean, Trevor Noah looks backdoor-ish. So Nicki basically came out like basically gay bashing. That's what it was. Nicki just came out, and it appears Nicki was watching the telecast from her home because she responded to Noah with a bold allegation saying that, he refuses to come out of the closet, allegedly. And then she coupled that with two photos of Jay-Z hanging with Aaliyah and Beyonce as teenagers when he was in his late teens. From there, all hell broke loose. She went after unnamed public figures or groups. One of them appears to be another dig at what? See, I'm not calling this guy the H word. He's going to the H place, if you ask me. But at Jay Z, she pins your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from their countries and mutilate and unalive them as a form of a B word sacrifice to their God. You see, when your master is Satan, you constantly shed. However, the jig is up. Once again, Nicki Minaj brings back her Chucky persona. This latest Twitter rampage. Oh, hold on. Okay, I'll have to call him later. Let me call him back. Lastly, she appears to take a shot at the Democrats for alleging their means of trying to get their votes back. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me play something real quick. Cause actually, well, nah, I'll have to do it later. Um, yeah. So everybody pretty much, in so many words. Hold on. All right, wait. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I gotta make a call. I'm gonna wrap this up. Um, Look, they basically are giving the green light to go at Nikki, and even the situation right here with her going back and forth and saying what she was saying. She's saying some very, what is she saying? She is literally saying that Jay practices blood sacrifice. I mean, I shouldn't have said that word. People make jokes and people say jokes, but Nikki like just jumped off the porch. This is like somebody saying, telling you saying your mama joke, and then somebody go get a sword and come chop your head off because all you said was, "Hey, your mama's so fat." Nikki just said, she she wasn't playing, and Donald Trump wasn't playing. Donald Trump said he's gonna sue Trevor Noah. I said, y'all ain't playing. They is not. These people are not playing right now, y'all. These people are not playing, and yeah, it's like this was a declaration of war, if you ask me. Just the whole ceremony again is whack, whack. But they basically drew the line in the sand about who's who and who's on what side. Nikki's not gonna get any type of nominations for a Grammy. She even said, I think she said something about her not releasing that album because she has an album that she's gonna release. She said she's not gonna release it until, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, they man, they all the shots that were being shot, taken at, and yeah, it's very interesting, very interesting. I mean, that's all I really had to say. Like, don't waste your time watching the scammies. Don't waste your time because you're not missing out on nothing. It basically was what I just said, like a declaration of war, line in the sand, like boom. And they yeah, thanks, Archangel. What's up, Archangel Michael? Y'all hit the like button. Y'all make sure y'all follow Archangel Michael as well. He's our brother from down under. Yeah, you say Quincy, you felt like the Grammys were weird. Yeah, they were, and I wouldn't even be talking about it because I guarantee you, in less than 6 hours, no one's gonna be talking about what was going on. They just needed something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? She said her management won't. Yeah, her management won't let her release the music. That's what it is. Management won't release. So she's gonna do some things in regards to like renegotiating, etc. That's what's gonna happen. Um, yeah, Trevor Noah said something too that was, he said I thought about actually writing a few jokes to roast Kendrick Lamar, but he remembers what Kendrick Lamar does to light skinned dudes from other countries. That was pretty funny. That was funny. And yeah, there's just a whole lot of weird stuff though. Cher was supposed to announce, not announce. What did they do with Cher? Cher came up, um, and I believe somebody gave her something. What happened with this whole thing with Cher? Hold on, what was that? The awkward moment. I would say that was the most awkwardest. Um, uh, no, not no no no. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. My bad. You said they read lips. Man, they can read these nuts. How about that? Yeah, I gotta take care of some business. Let me end it this though with Cher. It says Cher causes havoc at the Grammys after walking off stage and declaring Luther Vandross won the Record of the Year when she was supposed to announce that the record Luther won Record of the Year. She said Luther Vandross won. That's how out of touch she is. That's why I was like, Cher is not Cher is not, you know, running on all cylinders, as they would say. That's not. Is it funny, ha ha, or is it funny, sad? Hold on. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Where's it at? Where's it at? God dang it! Don't you? This technology don't be working, or maybe.
And the Grammy goes to. Need better
Can
internet?
y'all? Can y'all? Man, if y'all don't get it together, they sitting over here. So this is the moment where Cher effed up.
Oh, they told me it was going to be on the prompter. Oh, the Grammy goes to Luther Vandross.
The Grammy goes to Luther Grandos. No. Oh, thank you, Lee Hop. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Lee Hop. Appreciate that. Y'all give our sister oops. Nope. Okay. Yeah. I appreciate you for that. But yeah, Cher, she just fumbled. She's not running on off center. She about 80 years old, something like that. Bless her whole heart. Yeah, she's 79. That's funny. She's 79 years old. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah. No, for real though. I appreciate you. They said she probably was. Yeah, that was funny. She basically was like Vandross. Luther Vandross got up out his grave and was like, "If this award was mine, nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall." I'm clowning y'all. Okay, I'm trying to give you a heart. I don't know why this ain't working. Yeah, look, everyone for the most part did try to get a little political with the scammies when they were saying their acceptance speeches and stuff like that. Of course, Bad Bunny and even well, I wouldn't even say SZA didn't really. She just said something about depression or don't let society bog you down, and that's real because the vibration that's going on right now with society and what they're pushing, even the vibration of the music, it's not of a uplifting, happy. It's none of that. Like if I listen to music from the 80s, 90s too, especially the 70s, it was like, woo, just keep your head to the sky. Uh Lovely Day by Bill Withers. Like you listen to that joint and you want to have a good day. Versus today you turn on to Sexy Red and you hear fuck my baby daddy, fuck my baby daddy. He ain't da. Yeah, man. Yeah, the 60s through the 90s. Like you can yeah, those were that's the golden age of like real good music. But SZA was on point with what she was saying just as far as like don't let the world what's going on in the current situations and all that bring you down. And I say the same thing, like even with the ICE situation. Look, a lot of black folks, let me just keep it a buck. A lot of black folks ain't got nothing to say about this ICE situation because nobody was saying nothing about uh, black people in general being unalived by police unalivements. Um, so, this whole ICE stuff, even white people, a lot of white people ain't even saying nothing about it for real. It's messed up because, like I say, leave the babies and leave the old people alone. And then somebody say leave the thick Latinas alone too. they be stupid. They stupid. Leave the babies alone. Like let the babies do what they do. Like I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the old people. Leave the old people alone. But everybody else, hey, you on your own. I'm not finna sit here and cape for people who like Nuri Martinez. If you guys know. Oh, and if you in LA, because I'm getting in a little into the LA politics. My guy, Billion Godson, he's I wouldn't say he's the mayor of Leimert Park, Africatown, because we're gonna always get that to our good brother who passed away. But he's running for assemblyman, a California assemblyman. He's about reparations. Go vote for him. Go sign. Well, I think he got all the numbers that he need to get it. But we need people like that that's going to really push. In LA, we had Nuri Martinez who had something negative to say about the DA Gascon saying F him, he's with the blacks. So we just get all kind of like we ain't do nothing. We out here just walking on our line. F you're with the blacks. Like why I catch it straight. So keep doing what you're doing, but if you pay attention to this American society, especially if you pay attention to the mainstream media, you will just be depressed. Straight up. Yeah, Lauryn Hill did pop up. Um, did Lauryn Hill show up yet? Pop up pizza spot. No, Lauryn Hill popped up. I think I heard her voice crack. I ain't got nothing negative to say about Lauryn Hill's performance or nothing, but I think I heard her voice crack. And I think Bilal was singing and he didn't even sound good. That I'm not hating though. I'm just saying. But anyway, they were getting political though. They were saying a few political things, trying to get political or whatever, etc. And I'll just say the same thing. Yeah, don't let the world overtake your spirit. Just know within yourself, everything is good and all that and whatever. There's a lot of stuff that is going on, and if you can help, help. But don't let it be a detriment to you, because this whole world is going through it. Anyway, I'm gonna say this before I get out of here. Um, yeah, the Grammys is trash, straight up. That's what it is. Grammys is trash. Doechii, and I'm not taking a shot at Doechii, but Doechii, the song Anxiety, okay, that's cool. The funny thing is just what I was talking about. That song Anxiety. If you just listen to that song, you're gonna have some damn anxiety. It's kind of counterproductive, in my opinion. That's just me though. You know what I'm saying? But the other song that she has, yeah, don't let the world take over your own humanity. That's right, Archangel Michael. That's real. Yep. Um, yeah. But if you listen to Doechii, she got the one song now, new song, "Get Up, Girl, Get Up" with SZA. I'm a go out on a limb, and I'm not talking shit, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that song sounds like Doja Cat wrote it. I want to hear the reference track. It sounds like Doja Cat wrote it. I'm gonna probably start some shit by saying this. The song Doechii got, "Girl Get Up," it sounds like Doja Cat wrote it for her. Because it sounds like Doja Cat. If you listen to that one song, what's that one joint she got? Very melodic. And Doja Cat tried to sound like Nicki. Thank you, Alina. You say, what's strange, a sampling of somebody? Yeah, somebody that I used to know by, what's his name? Guillote. I remember that joint. That was a dope joint. Yeah, somebody that I used to know. That song I like that song. And that was a sample. He sampled that. So she sampled a sample of a sample. Interesting. But Doechii sound that song "Girl Get Up" sounds like she got a reference track from Doja Cat. And Doja Cat ain't nothing but a Nicki clone, a Nicki stan. I'm not giving Doja Cat no props like that. I don't rock with Doja Cat like that or whatever. She's interesting to look at. She got some pretty decent music, but as a person, F her. But it sounded like she ghost wrote that "Girl Get Up" for Doechii. And Doechii got an album coming out, so we're gonna see how this album sounds like. Yeah, listen to Doja Cat. She sent that new song "Girl Get Up" by Doechii sounds like Doja Cat wrote that. Man, look. I never met Will Smith, nor did I ever meet Rakim. I think I was in the presence of Rakim once, but never met him, like, because that's the guy. Shout out to Rakim. And I always wanted to, like, there are certain questions that I would have for certain, if I ran into you, like, boom. Like, when I ran into KRS-One, I hit him with my doc, like, yo, teacher, do you know about Uncle Jam's Army? No. Do you know about, he's like, no. I was like, man, here's my documentary. You need to know what was going on over here on the West Coast with blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh, man, cool, appreciate it. I always, if it's somebody that I admire in the music industry or just a question, I have a question for him. The question that I had for Rakim was like, yo, Ra, did you ghost write "Summertime" for Will Smith? And I think Rakim addressed it on, like, maybe one of Big Boy's interviews. He was like, I think he said he didn't do it, but I think he did it. I think he did write that for Will Smith. I just think that he's just keeping it, low key. He probably, they probably, because if you listen to "Summertime," it sounds like Rakim. When that song first came out, people thought it was Rakim. And they were like, no, that's Will Smith. He's all, here it is. That's Rakim's flow all day. Rakim spits like a saxophonist. You get what I'm saying? Like, because Rakim comes from that background. Will Smith was, take from me, parents just don't understand. There was a nightmare on my street. Will Smith wrote the Bart Simpson song, Deep Deep Trouble, I think. Yeah, I think he did. I think he wrote that song for Bart Simpson back in the day when, in the 89, 90, when the Simpsons was the thing. I think Will Smith wrote that, or Jazzy Jeff, or both. But yeah, I think him wrote Summertime for Will Smith. So now I'm listening because look, there's archetypes. The industry is not going to let somebody just come, and that's why I wasn't going to be a good fit for the industry anyway. Because my mind, I was way left field when it came to like music. Um, that's a whole nother conversation. But there are archetypes that they got to place within the music industry, and that's what the Grammys is doing. The Grammys do nothing but reward the people following a certain blueprint musically, not really going coloring outside the lines, not going beyond the archetype that they were assigned to be. Like if you look at Jaguar, she was a whole new type of artist. Like no one sounded like Jaguar in my opinion. And then right after that, then you had Fantasia, sounding a little bit like Jaguar, looking a little bit like Jaguar. Not Fantasia. Jaguar looks better than Fantasia. I'm just saying how they aesthetically try to make you look. That's why I said the archetype. What's her face? Jennifer Hudson. They tried to get Jaguar, like came through new archetype, something that nobody else was doing. Because you really can't say Jaguar came in sounding like whoop whoop whoop, right? And then they got her out the way, or tried to get her out the way. Well, musically they did, and then they brought in. We're gonna fill in. We're gonna put Fantasia there. Fantasia had that Free Yourself. Jaguar had Free. I remember listening to that Free. That gonna let yourself be free. And then they put the joint Free Yourself with Fantasia years later. And then you got Jennifer Hudson. They have archetypes of artists that they want you to sound like in the industry. That's kind of what I'm saying. Even when you look at, you go to get your shirt from Real Life, when Jaguar first came out, she had the cornrows. I remember some girl was, oh, I like her. They thought that was Chloe Bailey. They didn't do nothing but take that archetype that Jag did when in the late 90s, early 2000s, and took that and put it on her. The archetypes. So Doechii, she's a dope artist. And then, when she started getting naked, I was like, okay, I already see what this is. Like I said, I'm not taking away from her artistry or nothing like that. Doechii is still dope. But if you listen to that girl Get Up, that sounds like somebody else wrote that. And I say that to say, like, TDE, they've been busted, hand in the cookie jar. There's all kind of reference tracks of Kendrick writing for other artists. I think the only one he didn't really write for was Schoolboy Q. And shout out to Schoolboy Q. Shout out to Schoolboy Q. I don't think he really wrote any ghost wrote for Schoolboy Q. And J-Rock is dope too. J-Rock, he did King's Dead and some stuff. I think they found a reference track that K-Dot did for him. But TDE is known for that. They'll grab, they like, I'm not gonna get too deep into that because all I'm saying is I would not be surprised if Doechii had something written for her by Doja Cat. Y'all listen to that and then take that, what I'm saying, F the Grammys, fuck, F all that. Take away, look, we need our own, and peep what I'm talking about when I say archetypes. They gotta have, like Michael Jackson, who no one can take Michael Jackson, fill Michael Jackson's shoes. No. Michael Jackson was his own, but then they gave us Bruno Mars to try to fit that archetype. They gave us The Weeknd to try to fit that archetype. They was even trying to compare Chris Brown to Michael. The fuck out of here. Chris Brown ain't no goddamn Michael Jackson. Get out of here. So they do that. They'll try to get buzz out the way, and then they yeah. That's what the Grammys is. This is, oh yeah, let's, we're gonna have archetype and get out of here. Anyway, y'all, that's just something for y'all to think about. I'm gonna wrap this up. I gotta get on the phone. I have some legal stuff I have to do. Yeah, y'all. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be back today, but there's really nothing to really talk about. That's the funny thing. Like I'm not just gonna get on here just to get on here just to be talking, just to kind of hey, run my numbers up. But I do appreciate everyone who comes in here and supports. You say Clive was later trying to mold J Hood. Yeah, exactly, to be the next Witty. Exactly. Yep. And you see how that worked out. It didn't work out. That's what they do. All they do is monkey see, monkey do, copycat. That they don't. There's nothing original within the industry. They go get like before I go on my hip hop shit. Remember Bone Thugs? Remember Bone Thugs? Bone Thugs and Harmony. They were called the Band Aid Boys or something at first, and then they changed their name to Bone Thugs and Harmony when they got with Easy E. Easy E was all into this hip hop. Shout out to Easy. Rest in peace, Easy E. He used to